a land of silent mountains, sunken forests, and canyons carved by time. Welcome to Kazakhstan. In this series, we are taking you through a 10-day journey across Almaty and beyond, discovering nature, culture, and everything in between. In this first episode, we fly out from Abu Dhabi and settle into a home in Almaty. Then the following day, we set out early on one of the most unforgettable road trips, covering the mysterious Kaindy Lake, the peaceful Kolsai, and the raw beauty of Charyn Canyon. Let's begin. So we started our trip on July 6, took a morning flight from Abu Dhabi at 9:15 with Air Arabia and landed in Almaty around 2:20 in the afternoon. Now while booking flight tickets, check Skyscanner, and if the difference isn't much, just book directly through the airline. It's more reliable, especially for changes or cancellations. Right after landing, I picked up a KSL SIM card at the airport. It cost 6,000 tenge and gave me unlimited data and some local minutes for a whole month. That's the cheapest option, by the way. Beeline had a similar plan too, but it was double the price. So if you're planning to use Yandex for taxis, like we did, it's better to get the SIM right there, even if it's a bit pricier than in the city. From the airport, it took us around 40 minutes to reach our Airbnb. We used Yandex and booked a premium car since we had extra luggage. It came to about 5,500 tenge. Our Airbnb was near Mega Park Mall, really convenient. It was a one-bedroom with a balcony, all essentials included, even umbrellas, which was a nice surprise. There was a kids play area, a couple of grocery stores nearby, and Mega Park was just a 10-minute walk away. So that evening we headed to Mega Park to exchange some dollars. We didn't shop around too much and just exchanged at Hallie's Bank. The rate was around 514.9 tenge per dollar. Not the best rate, but it was reliable. The next day we started early, and I mean really early. We left around 5:45 for our big day trip. This was actually one of the longest days of our trip, but also the most exciting. First stop, Kaindy Lake. We actually booked a private 3-day tour through a local operator and it worked out great. If you're planning to go by yourself, just know that the road near Kaindy is super rough. Even a rented 4-wheel drive might not cut it. And most rental companies don't recommend driving there yourself. You will need to stop at Saty village, then hire a bukanka. Bukanka is an old Russian van. It's about a 45-minute bumpy ride from there and costs around 20,000 tenge per vehicle, not per person. Entry fee to Kaindy is 845 tenge. Keep your passports handy. The area is close to Kyrgyzstan border and they do check sometimes. Our tour was prepaid, so we stayed in the vehicle while the guide handled everything. Now from the parking area, there are 3 ways to reach the lake. You can hike, which takes around 40 minutes, or take the bukanka halfway and hike the last 400 meters, or go by horse, which takes you directly to the lake. We chose a horse ride. Kids were in the mood to hike and honestly neither were we. It was 3,500 tenge per horse, round trip. I had my kid sitting in front of me. Some parts were steep, so if you try this, hold on tight. The lake itself unreal. The color, the trees rising out of the water, like something out of a fantasy film. It was formed after an earthquake back in 1911 which created a natural dam. Definitely worth it. On the way back, my daughter didn't want the horse again, so we took the bukanka back, which costs around 500 tenge per person. After that we stopped at a homestay in Saty village for lunch. Got to try some traditional Kazakh food, simple and hearty.
Lagman. Homemade food. Lagman.
Noodles.
Take this, please. Homemade bread outside.
Next stop, Kolsai Lake. Now there are 3 lakes in total, but we just visited the first one. It's the easiest to reach. You need a ticket for the park, which is 845 tenge, and a separate one for your car. Now from the parking it's a short walk, around 10 minutes, or you can hop in a shared taxi for 1000 tenge. The second and the third lake requires serious hiking. The second lake takes about 4 hours to reach, and the third one is usually closed since it's near the border.
Kazakhstan'ın rojası bir gün muhtemelen bir arada. And now we are at our last stop, Charyn Canyon. Trust me, this place is absolutely mind-blowing. We didn't have enough time to stop at the Black Canyon, so we headed straight to the main highlight, the Valley of Castles. The canyon has 2 parts you can explore. The top section, which gives you amazing panoramic views, and the bottom trail, which leads you down through the canyon to the Charyn River. You can walk the trails if you are up for it, but we were totally exhausted by this part, so we hired a buggy. Here's the cost: 15,000 tenge for just the top section and 50,000 tenge for the bottom trail to the river and back. Now if you're up for a budget-friendly version, there are shuttle taxis inside the park that go near the river. I heard it's around 800 tenge per person, but you'll still need to walk some parts. Entrance to the canyon is 727 tenge, and if you're planning to camp overnight, it's just 350 tenge extra.
There's even a small coffee shop and restaurant near the entrance. The rock formations and colors here reminded me a lot of Petra. It's just one of those places that leaves a mark on you. After grabbing a quick coffee, we wrapped up the day and headed back. Definitely the most tiring day of our trip, but also the most memorable. That's it for this episode. In the next one, we are heading to Hunt's ethnic village. Can't wait to share that experience with you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.